And boop. And there we go. Right. Where was I last time? Let's go. Yeah. Hide. Then go back to extra paint and slick off. No. Probably go by not normal right now. Which colors? Let's see. Thinking. Just go straight into. Idea actually here. Just A, strength down, and then how's that? Yeah, it's okay. Yep, that worked. It seems. Add a little bit of orange. So and then on the sides. Two, yeah. And then oh. Oh, I didn't get that part, huh? That's weird. I just want to have gotten that. There we go. Alright, strength here. Boop. Just don't know how I get that. Maybe a bit of orange. Just breaks down. Maybe add more orange actually. And then boom. And then here. Slightly. There we go. And Alright. Here. Let's go. Okay, so not maybe that part. Let's stay darker. Here, here. And then it connects there. Perfect. Side. And then a little bit more. Hide. Now for the shoulder blades. Spin you out. Spin you to right here. That looks good. And here, just put me down here. direction, but that big of one. Let's see. Check here. Sharp right now? I think it's sharp. Yeah. But slide that left. so you took those on this side too.
So you applied.
much at the moment. Just doing some work on my model. I'm just gonna... Where's the part? Where's the part that part be? Okay, so it's right here. Paint. I try to. Oh. Here, what's going on? It sound... Here? Okay, okay, I think I see. There we go. Okay, I see the spot. I had to go. It's right. Oh, yeah, it's right here. Do I bleed on at the moment? It's got 2 pixels of bleed. I'm currently good for the moment, thank you. Society. Now let's continue on here. What's this? Oh, I see. Oh, it's okay. Undersecond. Here. Sharp. Here. That's good, very good. Hey there. Hey, good to see you again. Just started a bit, had to push the stream back a little bit because I got to do some yard work and such, some tomatoes, some raspberries, stuff like that. Yeah, I think I also just head back here. I got eyes. Yeah, like we got the little tomato garden. Yeah, tomato garden as well as some raspberry. That sounds like a raspberry bush. But yeah, I also got these eyes set up. Yep. Right now, everything, as you can probably guess, literally everything is more or less just the base color. I was currently working on just going through the armor, just cleaning up some of the highlights, seeing maybe what parts I want to maybe parts be, I don't know, connect to each other in a way. Because that is also something. It's right now it kind of looks a little bit too brown, as if it's just like having just highlighting brown. Or I just want it to be a little bit more orange. There we go. Yep. Yeah. Obviously I got the. This is more or less where the insides of the eyes are than the hexagons and the hex and pentagons are right here. So yeah, they fit. I was able to make them fit quite easily. I do reckon I'll probably go. So wait here. Slide it over. And them. Next, that. Really, I mean, you still have like some like little segmented parts, because but the reason is because like right here you see these like the edges of the geometry. You can see that there's some red lines, which are like the seams that are. Say like the seams would be where on the edges essentially, where I cut out the. Basically, when you unwrap it, the seams are what dictate how it's going to unwrap. And if you don't want like, depending on where you put the seams, it can change how it gets unwrapped. And then these blue parts are essentially what these are is they denote what parts of the model is going to be, how light affects like the model and like lighting, like whether or not like it's like like the hard edge right there. That's because like that is due to the sharpness. Or that you can make it basically if it can makes it look. It allows you to like selectively make different like, parts of the edges more flat and well sharper. To be honest, it's kind of just part of the name there. And like most part of what I meant like by like the making look flat. Oh, wait, one second. It's layout. Boom, boom, boom. See, like they have essentially like two different like shading styles for like polygons. Basically, you'll make the face. You can shade them smooth, or you can shade them flat. So like that one's obviously smooth. You shade flat. You can see each of like the individual polygons. Like, and by shading it smooth, it treats it more as like essentially hides that. And what sharpness does, it allows you to have these little different like borders, but you have it selectively. I reckon it'll probably be done not too long, I'd imagine. Some good progress down. I'm probably might just hunker down a bit on stream. Like just like probably like this weekend. I might just like don't really. And generally stream like maybe like I know like a stream like at 6:30ish on Saturday, but like I could probably get this done by the end of I'd say. Challenge us. I could probably get this done by the end of next week. Yeah, I think I could probably do that. Yeah, too difficult. So once you get. It's like also obviously there's this is obviously the texture step, but after this is like there is a it's a bit bright. But after that would be just a couple things. which would be rigging it, which I think I've shown like before. Like if I just play as just a VRM model and such, and just place it there, which is so go to display in front, which would be essentially making a skeleton, then lining up the different parts with my model, like selecting which parts of the geometry are affected by which bone. Then after that, it would be what's known as visemes, or like shape keys. Like this would be like blinking. Like let's say, let's go. This is the brain haptic. This is just how the normal part is. Then let's say I want to. This, for example, I don't know. Let's call this left. And then I'm just gonna then R9. Oh, I see. Turn that off. R90 Z. Then by using the shape key, essentially moves the mesh. Basically it mixes takes like the two different parts, like the basis, and then it mixes it with like the position of this shape key, and it kind of merges them together. And that's how the different like emotions and like expressions are done. So like you have like one viseme is for each. I blink like blinking. Or like there. I don't know. Apparently one of them. Maybe it's the lighting. Maybe 1 second. Let's see a little bit. Add this a little more. Generally by how does this like let's go. Okay, that works. Okay, so wait. Okay, it doesn't seem to be. But that's generally how the different like the emotions and like little details are added. Like because like you've probably noticed like the reason like the each respective eye is also like affects their like the left eye and then the left red eye are both part of this. The blink for them are all part of the same shape key, and then like each like there's like obviously different like vowels like A, E, I, O, U, which means like generally they're called visemes, which are essentially like the sounds of how essentially what like your basically just shows how the actually, 1 second, can I see now? Let's boom boom. you. What's up real quick? Boom, boom. Let's take it in. Just gonna drag it in. I don't need my permission. It's my model. I can do what I want with it. Darn it, magnet gets turned on. Not sure. As you can see, this is the model you're seeing in front of you. If I were to go say, look like the Viseams, like which is like, you know, A that controls the mouth. Let me just hide that. So like you say A, E, I, O, U, like that. That's what more or less what the Viseams are. I think the main ones are A, Ch, and then E. There's like there's like a whole bunch of other ones technically, but those are generally like, oh yeah, also O. Like most of the other ones are kind of like mixes of, essentially mixes of like the two of them. So like I would probably be like A, and then like a bit of E. And essentially, what you can do is you can kind of just like, because there's obviously like, you know, little add-ons and such. You can take like Viseams. You take, you know, Viseam A, O, and then like you can like create Viseams right there through, you know, algorithms and such. I don't know. I don't. Maybe later. Okay, blah blah blah. Oh, but that's the general gist of the Viseams. But also I got, you know, blink left. Then I got, you know, blink right. Blink right. Then blink is essentially just mix of the both of them. You know, then you got like up left, right, up, down. So like essentially, you know, obviously you got the webcam that's roughly just like in front of me, and then just like essentially tracks my face, and like depending on, like it essentially mixes like the, you know these four Viseams in order to show whether or not I'm looking up, down, left, right. It kind of mixes them, and then, you know, got some, you know, like the different emotes here. They actually got you. Basically, what you do is you essentially calibrate it by essentially like you basically choose like a Viseam that you want to like say join. Basically, that would essentially like you'll have like, you know, happy expression on while talking and looking up, looking left, right, and such. So it knows like when to activate that one. So if I go, it'll activate. It'll activate. Of course, I also got some. Yeah, I got bald. I can also make myself bald. I actually do have that one. So I think it's 8. Oh wait, no, that's like a. But like, I do actually have that. I had like, oh yeah, that's. Oh yeah, it's okay. So that's 7. Okay, good to know. Almost forgot about that. I mean. Because basically part of what that bald is, because like this. Oh wait. Oh yeah, right. You go to basis. This like just not sharp, normal, and boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Like, if I just move this, like, Oh yeah, right, yeah. 'Cause what this is actually another part of thing. Because it essentially is a... It's essentially that is like essentially outline, which is that essentially what you do is you add is essentially like a second copy, so that when you're seeing slightly past it, it's slightly bigger and you can. It's kind of like encompasses the entire model, but you can only see it if you can't see the actual face. So obviously I can see right here, so you don't see the outline. But if you look closer and it's like just slightly right there, you can see like the outline, which is how you can kind of get like that, you know, outlined effect. Yeah, I'm just gonna hide the polygon check thing, and then yep, I'll hide yep, and then I think I'll just boom. Just purge this data. But yeah, that's generally how sausage gets made, essentially. As much what it's just like, you know, obviously the faces. Well, essentially, like, what it does, you can set it to be certain face to be back face is. And that's how you get like the outline thing. Because like you can, for example, actually, I could probably just show it actually right now. It's so boom boom. Yeah, basically what you do is you go down here. Say, let's use the solidify module. Just leave that right there. I'm gonna go down here into shading. Boom boom. Gonna make a new material. Go here. Of this is gonna be just make a new one called. I'm gonna have to do the same. So let's call this outline. What you're gonna do? This one is you're gonna basically just delete it. Delete that main process. Then down here, RGB. Let's make it black. Put that on top of it. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go down here. Just clear the settings, options, surface, camera. Just gonna turn on that. Just turn on all that. Then basically what you do, if we go back to solidify, they go 1, 2, normals, flip, high quality, down here, materials, 1. And then after that you it's gonna offset all the way, then you're gonna let's go 0.001. And now obviously, it might need a little bit of a. Obviously, you need to fine tune it a little bit, but that's more or less how it's done. And basically, by doing like the material offset, it makes it so that the solidified normals, or like the generated geometry is going off of the second material, which is the outline. Which is fully black, meaning it's not gonna like duplicate the color of the object itself. Because like it works right here. You can fine tune it a little bit. Let's go with. There we go. Yeah, oh yeah, let's go Fail, only round, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, there we go. There it is. Yeah, that's just how that outlining works. Solidify. Just gonna turn that off for edit mode for right now, but that's basically how you get the outlined effect. You just make it so that you only see it if it's not being... It's like if you can't see the model itself, then like the part of the geometry that's seeing, it basically makes it black. And you can like, obviously you can... Oh, what's this? You can like obviously like go into solidify just the thickness of the... Just get a little badge, I'm gonna go 0, 1, 5, that makes it a little bit thicker. You also got like even thickness, so you can like, if you want like the entire model to have like a consistent amount of line art, so that that line is more or less of equal thickness across parts. And this can also be done in combination with like manually adding on like some line art onto the model itself. So like for example, actually, is something I was actually planning on doing at some point. But this was after, you know, outlines and such, I was planning on going in and adding just a little bit of black right down here, like just like you know, just between the edges. And yeah, feel free to stay as long as you like. Yeah, I guess like Blender's a free program, as well as like all of the add-ons I'm using, obviously. Firefly. It's free, and you can stay here as long as you like. Yeah, I just add a little bit of line art. It's like by doing that in addition to the line art modifier itself, it makes it more comic booky style to it. So like both can work on their own, but like if you combine them together, you can work some real magic. Yeah. Alrighty, now I'll just continue on what I was doing with the armor. I want to get that more or less cleaned up, then I can start working on everything else. So I get that. Oh yeah, right. Right. It's up here. Then you invert, hide, all, boom. So we get bigger. Stylus. I'll go bald for a little bit, why not? Definitely makes something. Oh yeah, that's also a funny thing I actually noticed, because if you see like how, you know, the bald works, essentially does by taking the hair mesh and solidifying. This is basically scaling it all the way down. Like for example, just basically S.1 is now essentially a tenth of its original size. Basically, if I just move around a little bit, you can see like little bits of hair. That's because the hair is still attached to the bones. So it ends up having this little side effect. But, like it's not that noticeable, but it's something I found mildly amusing. spaghetti here. Not literally code spaghetti. Yeah, it makes me real. Yeah, I'm. What was the other one? Wait, what was this one? Is it? Okay, actually, I'm curious. Which one is it? It was sniff settings. Let's go. Expression settings. Okay, so okay, so then you also got like. You guys sniff. That I found mildly amusing. My dad did not find it as amusing. He was just like, why? I don't know. Not that he was like upset about it, but like he was like, why? What's the point of that? Like, why not do it? Why not? If I can, I might as well. And let's go on here. Take, boom, then just paste on again. Yep, you guys almost forgot to do you. And then we go Y, and then yeah. I was mentioning like doing some yard work yesterday. Like we also often plant radishes. We have like little radishes because we got like a little, you know how different like on the side of like some like houses you'll have like these little not pits per se, but like those little sides they'll have like a bunch of rocks in them. It turns out that, like, if you just dig up a bunch of the rocks and, like, the little rocky, like, the rocky ground, like, an earth, like, with pebbles in it, is actually perfect for growing, radishes. We found that out when, because, you know, like, we have these little, planters that we put over the rocky ground. You know, we grew radishes in them, and radishes just weren't really growing that well. One time, you know, so fast forward, like, maybe probably like maybe a month or two. Like, you know, I was doing some weeding of, like, the yard, you know, just checking any, like, you know, dandelions and such. I found this, and I find that on the ground there is a noticeably large amount of leaves of something. I didn't recognize what it was. So I looked down. Now I started pulling it out. Okay, it turned to, I saw something that was really red. I was like, wait a second. I tried pulling it further, and it's just this. I'd say this was probably the size of my fist. It was like a radish that big, and what I think happened was, like, a seed, like, fell out and into, like, you know, the rocks, and it ended up just being a really freaking big radish. After that, we essentially just out next to the garage. We dug up a little bit of rocks and such, added some soil, and that's more or less where we've been growing radishes too. Radishes, like, yeah. Let's go. Yeah, we did actually. Did I don't really radishes, but, like, I remember Dad, like, it was like. Pretty sure if that's family list, thought it tasted pretty good. Kind of was a bit spicier, and a bit more zest. Or I don't know how spicy it was. It makes like spicy and bitterness in a way. What I have had is, like, is the tomatoes, because, you know, those like cherry tomatoes, as well as, like, you know, somewhere between, like, you know, the tomatoes you'd find at a supermarket, and then like a cherry tomato. They tasted pretty good. It's like, I mean, they're very much just. It seemed to taste really good. It seemed like it was like a very healthy radish. It seems like the reason like why we didn't get them to grow that big is because the planter was a bit too small for the radishes. They didn't really have room to grow. Since, like, I mean, what a radish is essentially, it's just a giant fruit. No, not fruit, root. Because that's what, like, you know, tubers are, like the, you know, carrots, like, you know, radishes, that sort of thing. They're giant roots, so you need, like, I have had squash before, but it's not my favorite, but I certainly don't mind it. Actually, wait, there's that, we did, like, grill, like, some squash the one time, like, we've grilled squash before, like, in, like, kebabs. They were pretty good with, like, with, like, a bit of, I'm not sure if it was eggplant or it was, it was zucchini. We put them on, like, you know, cut them up, like, on skewers and such. It tastes really good. Good grilled. Even if I'm not the one eating them, I just, like, I don't know, there's something satisfying about planting something and then, you know, it growing. And, you know, you harvest it and, you know, it's good. And there's just something satisfying about it. As well as, we also have rhubarb, too. We have a rhubarb bush, a little rhubarb bush. Not like a bush, but like a little plant, too. We have that, too, because, like, of course my favorite. I know my dad likes rhubarb. Rhubarb's pretty good. It's not my favorite, but again, it's not that bad. Let's say, so I think, like, what I would like. No, we just got, like, a little we just got, like, you know, we have just, like, have, like, a little backyard. We've got, like, you know, and just, like, probably like I'd say suburb, I think would be like. It's like, I'm not too sure. It's like if you like bend, like, you know, stereotypical, like, okay, what's the neighborhood look like? It's kind of like that. We just, you know, have a backyard and such. You know, we got a front lawn, we got a little backyard. It's partially fenced in, but not fully fenced in, because we got like, you know, it's got like a share fence line with one of the neighbors. And, you know, just got little rock patches, like on top of the rock patches. You know, we just put like some big old planters. And we just, you know, you can grow stuff in them. As well as like also in like the rocks. You can move away the rocks because, you know, where we planted the radishes after we figured out, okay, they need space to grow. Actually pretty easy, like also like, we also have like a lot of like fresh like herbs too, like, you know, we have like dill, a bit of parsley. And it's not like they're like extremely high maintenance or anything. It's like, you know, you plant them, and I mean, you can just kind of do a little bit of clippers. Just clip off like just a little bit what you need, and they'll just keep going. Yeah, and, like the rhubarb was like it's a bit, obviously a little bit of smaller plant. It was like it's, I would say it would be like the size of like. It's kind of like if you've ever like, you know, seen like a dandelion that's like really deeply entrenched. That's what like roughly how big like our rhubarb is. Like, well, basically what it is like essentially like, you know, the rhubarb itself is like essentially giant leaves, and then you still take a bit of scissors and just clip it off. Also, honestly, probably like vaguely related to celery, considering, you know, the shape of the plant. Yeah, but you take off, and that's more or less how you get the rhubarb. I guess you got like a little raspberry bush that's been there for as long as I remember, really. I think it might have been used to be like a rose bush there, but I kept going back, but we removed it because, you know, it's a bit thorny and we had to, you know, we just didn't really want a rose bush. Honestly, like, it's like, you know what I'm saying, right? It's like basically, you know, put, you know, the bushel of celery, it's like, I'm pretty sure like the celery itself is almost like some sort of leaf structure. And how it's, you know, how it's like has a slight curve to it, like almost like a half circle. And like and the rhubarb in the backyard kind of like has like the similar shape in the way of you know, like a little bit of rhubarb and relatively, honestly, surprisingly similar shape. Rhubarb's pretty good. I mean, considering that like cabbages and broccoli are both related to each other, I wouldn't be surprised me if so there's something similar going on with celery and rhubarb. Yeah. Here. But what we did, the other plant that we used to have was, you know, he's our old dog, bless his heart, he liked cucumbers. You know, the reason he ended up liking, yeah, I do like, I say, we like, you know, we like, obviously get like plenty of produce. We certainly have, like, you know, definitely a pretty balanced diet, all things considered. Like, our old dog, he didn't have as balanced of a diet at first, so we had to put him on a diet. And what the diet was like a bit of soft food. Basically, we would make, like, the food in bulk. It was a bit of, like, a spinach, a bit of, like, you know, cucumber, as well as, you know, some bit of wet food. You'd essentially mash it up, like, and put it, like, you know, freeze it. And we put them in the little Tupperware containers, and then we'd more or less just pull them out so that he would lose weight. He ended up really liking the cucumbers. And which, I think the reason was because, like, you know, obviously he was mostly having soft food. Or our dog. Like, our old dog, he had to get put on a diet because he was getting a bit fat. Or a bit overweight. And, he ended up, like, because, you know, obviously, you know, he had a dog kibble, like, he had, like, the, the cucumbers like were like a crunchy like how his kibble was. So we think he ended up liking that part about them. So even after like his diet, like one of the things, you know, we had a bit of he get a little bit kibble, get a little bit of and then he like those little like small little baby cucumbers. We, you know, you just chop them up and like, you know, he get a little cucumber with his kibble. And he liked cucumbers. When we got like a cucumber plant, the first time we went like to like pick some of the cucumbers, like, you know, he was outside got to see him. He's like, oh my god, is that what I think it is? And it was what he thought it was. I mean, obviously it looked a bit different because, you know, it's not like, you know, it wasn't really green and long. It was kind of like honestly relatively similar to like how like a squash looks, except it was like a bit lighter green. And he thought that was like the best thing ever. He really liked cucumbers. He likes cucumbers. He was a good dog. I miss him. I miss him. He was like what, probably like 12, 13-ish years old, but he's a good dog. He was a mutt. He got this little stubby, almost like, you know, like a bulldog type of body, but then he had like, you know, terrier legs and like a little face. He was a mutt. He was a good dog. He was a good dog. He likes cucumbers. He also liked radishes too. He also did like radishes, didn't he? Yeah. Certainly would. Yeah, you know, Dad would sometimes, if we were having like, because like whenever we you know, sometimes we would make, you know, get like, you know, tacos and such. Because there's like near us, relatively near us is a place that has like, you know, like like, you know, tacos, not like, you know, Taco John tacos, but like the ones that have like, you know, like, you know, got the meat, like, within they also got like, you know, the onions, a little bit of like cilantro, a little bit of some greens and such. And like, you know, sometimes you'd have like some radishes to go with them, like, and Dad would sometimes, you know, when he cut up some, he'd just cut them up, like, you know, he'd give the old man and like a little radish slice or two, and he liked vegetables. I think that might have just been like a side effect of the diet, but like, I don't know. I mean, dogs are like omnivores, or more, at least more omnivorous than cats are. But cats generally should really only eat meat. But yeah, dogs are a bit more lenient and like give it a bit more mixed diet. He was the best. Yeah, that old man he was something else. Yeah, honestly, he was. He's with us anymore, but yeah, I mean, he's still kind of here. You can kind of, I don't know, he just kind of, I don't know. You can definitely tell that like he's been here for a long while. I still find like his shedded hair and such, like in like, you know, dust. Yeah. And the funny thing, yeah. Oh, I don't know the funny thing, but like, old dog, he got like a neighbor who's like a foster and such. Like, you know, and I don't often like, you know, go over and like, I help with dog stuff, which is also like another thing. One of the other reasons I just had to rush off the stream. I had to help her with a couple things, but like, she fosters dogs, and like, you know, I'd go over and help out. Like, you know, last November, she got a little foster, and like, you know, sometimes, you know, me, Mom, Dad, and sometimes my sister, you know, we go over and, you know, had the dog and such. You know, Dad came over. You know, he doesn't come over as much. You know, you know, he took a seat, and then the dog, the dog she was fostering, you know, he just went here right between his legs. You know, he ended up just lying down, you know, resting his head between legs. Like, oh, I think he might be the one. I think he's the right one for us. Yeah. I was like, this was like probably like a little over a year. No, probably like a little over a year after previous dogs passing. He's like, honestly, like, you know, been mourning for a bit, but I don't know. It just clicked. It just makes sense. It's really hard. It's hard to like describe it like in any other way. Really, it just makes sense. He was just right. He wasn't our old dog. He was himself. And he doesn't replace the old dog. He's more than. They both individuals. They both are very good dogs. Of course, obviously, like depending on like the dog you want to have. You want one, like, you know, you don't want to like have like a have like a Mastiff or like a Great Dane like in a like an apartment complex, really, because you know different dogs have different, you know, energy needs. Some dogs are a bit more okay to don't need to have as much room, but some need a little more attention. Kind of depends on the dog breed itself, or at least like what breeds like are part of the mutt. We didn't have him like since we was pup, but it was probably when he was still young. It's probably like he was like probably like a couple months old. Yeah, he was like our childhood dog. Like probably back when I was like, oh man, that was like so I got him around first grade, so that was like a year before I got like, you know, curb stomped, like, you know, mentioned that last game, but like, so yeah, we've had him for like ages. Now he managed to last a real long time, all things considered. What is that? What am I looking at? What is that? Where are these? What am I looking at? What am I looking at? Where are you? Oh, I see. Delete. H. Boom, boom, boom. And I'm probably, I think if I remember, I think that was like the different like bounding boxes. Ain't that funny? No, just the amount of like times I've gotten like, you know, bots like, oh, go get like a, you want streaming bots, you want to get some bots like you bot your stream, and it's like, I'm not spending that much money. Like, I don't want, I'm making my mobile models, it's like I don't really have that money. And I also like, I'd rather grow fan base naturally anyways. You know, besides, it's awfully bold to like actively break like Twitch TOS. Like, dear lord. It is like... If ALB is anything to go by, you might actually been able to hear our current dog. He's a vicious little warrior. He is very special. He's speaking big words at the moment. Chances are he saw his nemesis. It's like this dog that he just does not like in the slightest. Yeah. And... just gonna... Oh. Wait. And... he's a bit of a, he's a mix. He's got some Pomeranian, some Spitz, a little bit of Chihuahua. Chihuahua, he doesn't really... Honestly, you probably wouldn't see it by looking at him. Honestly, he's just a really fluffy dog. Well, he's honestly not that. He's not even remotely aggressive in the slightest, normally. He just doesn't... There's just the one dog that he does not like in the slightest. It's like, he's absolutely... Like, he's very much a people dog. He's not like... He's got like almost like a Chihuahua like face. You can kind of see the Chihuahua in his face, but like he's not really that. He's not nearly as aggressive as, you know, your average Chihuahua. He's just he's very chill dude. He's a funny little bugger. Just a wily little fool. He's a goober. He's got some Pomeranian in him. He's got a little bit of, I think he's got a little bit of Dachshund in him, too. He also really likes the word coffee. Because because my mom, like, you know, she goes, you know, sometimes, you know, whenever she goes get coffee, like, you know, the coffee, you know, placing a little pup cup, but, you know, she's like a little bit of whipped cream and such. The only thing he takes from a Chihuahua is that he is kind of got his face. Other than that, he's more ticked off the Pomeranian than the Chihuahua. He's just a little fluffy little dude. He's got that he likes hugs. Like he really likes belly rubs. He thinks belly rubs are the best thing. He also likes his chicken toy. He also likes his chicken toy. He also likes the word chicken because he associates it with his toy. He's definitely like, he's kind of just like his own thing. It's also like not like, it's also like that only his like nemesis that he really like gets really angry at. The other dogs, like, he's actually just fine. Well, I know, yeah. Well, I mean, Charles tend to have a... But, like, if he has, like, he's, like, a mutt, so he's got enough, like, you know, genes, like, overriding and stuff. He's also, like, you know, he was with a foster, so he's been more chill around other dogs. I don't think he's actually bitten anyone, even, like, the slightest. I mean, he gets a little bit grumbly if, like, he's, like, sleepy, like, he's like, whoa. Then you, like, if you wake him up, like, you give him, you know, you pick him up, and, like, other than that, he's, like, he just loves people. He likes old people. He also likes men, which is really strange, because, like, dogs, like, of that size, he's generally the other way. They generally like women more, but for some reason, he just likes men. He thinks men are pretty cool. He's special. Certainly very much a unique dog. You can call, I don't know, whatever, Joseph, Jojo, you know, yeah, I guess, you know, I got Lawrence, Thorntia, well, I'm not picky. And it's here, there we go, and really, like, really, yeah, probably. No. There's no... I don't really got any huge reservations. Obviously, you know, this content, not like a slur or anything like that. That would be very good. That'd be rather unfortunate. Here. Yeah, yeah, I reckon you learn like just since common sense, don't within reason. I just gotta go. Orange. Like that. Here, boom, boom. Boom, and then alley-oop. And boom. The highlights done for them. Next is done. I mean, that sounds like something else. That sounds interesting. Maybe a little bit of tint. Tint in it. Nice. 5 strength. How's that? No, that's a bit. Not that much. Okay, that's a little bit much. So how about? then I can just blur it a little bit. Make it a little bit more seamless, I guess. Right, let's see. It's the line. Okay, so it's right over here. Boom, 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 boom. Blend that in. Nah. I think that's good as it is. Alright. So, what's that leave? So, alright. UV editing here. That is what? Yep. What? Right, so that's the exoskeleton done. Which means, okay. Yep. Oh yeah. Is the face, the brows, the different eyes. Let me just I don't really see the normals, but it's the face, the inside of the mouth, then the various clawed bits, the fingernails, and such. So yeah. Probably gonna start working on that. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe I'll stream tomorrow too. Why not? Maybe. I'll see. I'll definitely be working on this off stream because just got the face left, as well as different face bits. Got the. Just gonna go hide. Because I got the. Let's tie that, then we got the spiky teeth, sharp chompers, and then you got the tongue, the inside of the mouth, and you just got the eye sockets, and then the brows, and then the lashes, and then that's about it, including the claws, obviously the claws and the spikes. But yeah, I think I'm gonna probably sure, why not? Yeah, I'm probably gonna call this stream here. Let me just double check. 1 second. Something real quick. Schedule something. I feel like what is of the games either so again Space Marine 2, so Space Marine 2, Total Warhammer 3, or Halo Master Chief Collection, one of those. Just double checking the schedule I've got set up on my Twitter, X, etc. Sweet. That's good. They got that on my. Got that pinned in my profile. So, Space Marine 2 again, or X, like the different X, whatever it's called now. The social media site Elon Musk bought, and now this generally update. I'll generally will post if I have to update my schedule there generally. I think it. I do indeed use it quite a bit. Don't really have the... Don't really have, it's kind of just the main place I update things. I might try and like, maybe I can, maybe I mean, if you want to, you can. If not, no, that's fine. I'm probably gonna work on maybe like making like some sort of a widget that's like that more or less updates my schedule with just in Twitter or in Twitch or X and such. Cool. That means I'm gonna probably just wrap up here. Just double check save. Go to here. Don't want to lose the progress I made with the image, so save that. Two. Boom, 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 boom. And boom. And I'll see y'all. Maybe I'll see y'all later. And yeah.